Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to another trading session here. I hope that your day started well, and I hope that our day will be finished in a good way as well. So today here for another trading session. Yesterday we had a big move to the upside here. I kind of participated on a small fraction of it. The PM session offered as a big displacement to the upside, and which made me think, because I was not expecting this big push to the upside, what is the market doing right now? So yesterday when I was finishing the trading session, I started to notice that the big push on the PM session, and I just zoomed out and saw that we had some market maker sell model here, and as soon as we finished this model, we finished it in a way of where you can see here in a way of a power of 3, where you have your consolidation, then you have your manipulation, and now price should eventually expand to the upside, eventually taking out these highs here that are too clean, and eventually coming to this end walk, which is the next step for ES. Well, I don't know if I'm right or not. I just try to formulate my bias for today, taking in account that we might be in some type of a market buy model, market maker buy model. I projected some fibs as well, and the last leg gave us the -2 standard deviation right at where the NYPM session stopped, and then we resumed down, retracing back to -1. And what I'm expecting for NYAM session, probably after 10 a.m. news. That's why I'm not paying any attention of what the market is doing right now, because I'm waiting for 10 a.m. news. We will probably see the market coming down for a bit. And then I hope that 10 a.m. news brings us some kind of displacement to the upside, just to trigger its continuation move to the upside here. I think that we are in a market maker buy model structure, and we finished the first expansion, we consolidate, and now we will probably do the second expansion as soon as we find some type of support here at 9:30 open, midnight open, 8:30 open. As soon as we find some type of support, I think that we are ready to go to the upside, since we already took Asia lows, and we already took London lows as well. Otherwise, if price doesn't do anything that I'm talking right now, I think it's kind of hard to formulate anything, because we are in between two PD arrays here, and market can give us some type of seek and destroy action here. I would like to see some clean displacement to the upside, eventually inverting this 15-minute for value gap. Otherwise we will have some seek and destroy action in between two PD arrays, which I would not like to participate in. So I will give the market some time and eventually wait for 10 a.m. We have something 10 a.m. and at 10 a.m. we will have something. So I will just wait for it and see if the market really wants to come to the upside or if it wants to continue to the downside. But yeah, I think that this might be some kind of a market maker buy model type of structure where you have minus standard 4 deviation right at these tops here from the 27th of March. But we will have to give the market some time. I will probably not engage with bearish movements here. Only if I see something that it's clearly bearish and we will eventually go to the downside without any hesitation. So I will just wait for 10 a.m. news here. Okay, so let me just check what is happening right now. So we are rejecting 9:30 open, midnight open as well, and we are playing right above 8:30 open. So the opens are kind of close as well. Let me just see if we have some kind of first presented fair value gap. We don't. Okay. So we will have to wait a bit more here. Yeah, but that's resuming my thought process. I guess this is it. My bearish for today is probably bullish, since I'm expecting a continuation of this market maker buy model, and it will probably be invalidated as soon as we start to close down below these levels here, Asia low. If you come down and we retrace lower, inverting eventually this 15-minute fair value gap, well, then my plan is wrong, and we will probably seek for this liquidity here from yesterday's price action. But for now, I'm still bullish. I haven't seen that this market maker, this possible market maker buy model until the price was here. It was about 3 p.m. when I saw that, okay, maybe price is reaching so high because of a market maker buy model, because we have consolidation here, we have manipulation, first leg of expansion, consolidation once again, and now we need another leg, another expansion leg to the upside. Otherwise, we will continue to the downside. But even if we want to continue to the downside, I think these highs here are still too clear for me. I think that it could be valid if price could come once again, taking out these highs, and then eventually come to the downside. But we will see. I'm just waiting for 10 a.m. news. For now, we have nothing. Price is just mumbling around, doing some kind of a ping pong zigzag, whatever you want to call it. So, and what about you guys? What is your bias for today? What are you expecting from today's price action? I would like to know what you guys are thinking. If you have any doubts, any questions that you would like to be answered, don't hesitate. Just ask them. The price is indeed in a tricky spot because it is in between two PD arrays, a bearish one and a bullish one, and the space in between them are about 20 handles. It's a sufficient space to make some money, but it is kind of hard because you have to be be very precise with what you are doing and be able to get some of a range like this. But let's see. So far, we came above the 830 highs. This was the high pre-opening here. We took it, price took it, and then we displaced to the downside. We are presenting the first presented for valley gap thing. Yes, it is. So this might be a bullish one, a bearish one. Just let me check it. Yeah, if this one closes right here, it will be the first presented for valley gap. I will readjust it to the close of the candle. But yeah, so far no big action. Let me just note here, these were the, so 830 open, these were the this is buy side liquidity, but in form of pre-open highs. And this is these are pre-open lows. This is sell side, but pre-open lows. So we have a bearish for valley gap here. This is the first presented. So this is kind of a important for valley gap. I really don't like to see a first presented for valley gap being attacked on both sides, just like is happening right now. This is a bearish one, but we are attacking it in a bullish way. And if it does something like this, yeah, this is not the type of action that I would like to see on a first presented for valley gap. It is better to see it being respected as its original form, or eventually be inverted and serving support or resistance and maintaining that new type of form. Because if we do something like this and it's constantly being validated, that's a decision from market participants. Yeah, so far we are still waiting, and we will be waiting until 10 a.m. We have still 15 minutes. We will probably not get any type of movement here because I don't know. I'm bullish, but I don't know if I'm comfortable taking something pre news, and honestly, inside this space in between for valley gaps, I would like to see something with a big displacement to the upside happening before taking any chance here. So while we are waiting, just tell me, guys, what's your bias today? What are your plans for trading this session? What are you expecting from the market? What are you thinking? If you don't mind, you can share it on a chat, and I will comment about it, or I don't know. Or if you have some questions about what was I saying, you can ask as well. Well, so far, price started to run to the upside, which is a good thing. Something that we were expecting since I had a bullish bias. It's kind of displacing before 10 a.m. news, which is kind of boring because I would like to participate in displacement moves, but will not force anything. I will wait for 10 a.m. news. But so far, we managed to invert the fair value gap, the first presented one, and respected it as its inverted at its inverted form. We supported on 8:30 p.m. a.m. open. We supported on midnight open, and right now we have another fair value gap, which is right above the 9:30 open. We have some kind of a double bullish fair value gap here, and we are entering bearish 15-minute fair value gap right here. So the highs, the last highs before 9:30 open are taken as well, but I expect a continuation to the upside here, at least taking out once again these highs right here. But we will see. We still have, just let me be more precise about the news. I saw it was at 10 a.m. but let me forex victory. So yeah, precisely at 3 p.m. here in Portugal and 10 a.m. in New York City. We will have more news. Well, so far I can see this as a good setup. And honestly, I think that 10 a.m. news will eventually make the price go higher. So this can be some type of a trade. Price hitting the midpoint and reacting quite good here. Let's see if we can get a bullish reaction here. Dragging price to the upside. I like how we close here. We are a bit ahead of 10 a.m. news. And I think this is a good opportunity to participate in. I would like to see this fair value gap here being used as support. We respected the midpoint of it, so I would like to see a push to the upside here. We still have 930 open as a support for our plan. Yeah, price pushing way down. Now I would like to see this fair value gap being intact here. So 930 open is serving as support right now. At this point, I think I will be stumped out because price is really digging into this this region here. It will probably retrace to midnight open or the first presented fair value gap. So here we go, got stopped out. So price did not respect what I was expecting. We'll have to wait a little bit more here. We still have 3 minutes before news. So let's see if we can get another entry. Yeah, I could push the stop loss a bit lower here. Let's see if this was a misplaced stop loss. But for now, I will wait 2 more minutes. Price is pushing back here above 930. Let's see if we can invert this smaller bearish for value gap. So 10 a.m. price action just pulled price to the downside. 10 a.m. news just pulled it way below what we were expecting. So now I will see if we are able to maintain the first percentage per value gap, or if we displace to the downside and continue our way to the downside, or if we are able to maintain the first percentage per value gap as a bullish one and continue our way to the upside. Yeah, but this was some type of action right now here. I was not expecting such a volatility here. News. Yeah, and we came back to the range, so for now we need to wait a bit more just to see what price wants to do. Let's see if we can get 830 as support, or if it gets inverted and becomes a resistance. So let me just check the hourly. The hourly, we are respecting the bearish PD array as well, which is the almost the same as the 15-minute. On the 4-hour, we made like a sweep, and we entered the 4-hour CB here. It's kind of tricky. Price action is doing nothing right now, just back and forth action, but we managed to hold 8:30 open. We are back above midnight open, touching the first presented fair value gap once again. So far, midnight open and first presented fair value gap are being respected as bearish. We are just supporting here on 8:30 open, and we still have a 15-minute fair value gap right below us. So market is doing now some tricky stuff here. Yeah, still waiting. 10 a.m. news didn't give me anything that I would like to see, honestly. So I'm just waiting. Price is now pushing to the downside. Pre-open lows are taken, and we managed to clean once again Asia lows. We have an N-walk here as well, which can act as a magnet on price. Since we rejected the event horizon, but honestly, I still want to wait and see if this transforms in some type of a false breakout to the downside, and eventually we will climb and start to invert bearish PD arrays. I will try to see if that happens. Or if we continue to the downside. Yeah, we can continue to the downside because we have this N-wall here, which can act as a magnet on price. But honestly, we still have a bullish fair value gap here as well. So far we have some type of SMT on ES and NQ as well. Yeah, it seems like we will eventually go lower here. This opened for value gap makes me think that price is kind of heavy right now. We have this order block as well. I guess ES will lose this 15-minute for value gap here. Just let me check here. Guess I will have to wait a little bit more. We just managed to touch this tiny order block, but price is not giving us many chances here. On NQ, we still have some to go as well. We are losing here the 15-minute per value gap, the bullish one. No chance so far for an entry here on the short side. Well, another 15-minute candle just opened. Let's see if we can get a retrace to the upside. Seems like this was the retrace. So now let's see if we can get another move to the downside. I guess NQ still has some room to the downside here. So I'm just expecting it to go a little bit lower and eventually dragging ES with it. Let's see if we can close below this low here. This is what I would like to see. Otherwise, I risk myself to price come here, retest this order block here, eventually come to this open for value gap here, and this is not what we would like to see. At this point, I would like to see some follow through of this bearish move. Wouldn't like it to end here, because we are testing the bottom of this 15-minute per value gap. NQ is heading lower, and I would like to see the same on ES. NQ falling through. So we are hitting the N walk, which is usually an area that we have to be very mindful about it, because it can retrace price. I would like it to come a little bit below it, eventually retesting its bottom. Yeah, this was a quick retrace here, as you can see. I was talking about the reaction on the N walk, and it really happened fast here. No chance to do anything. Let's see if we can hold this order block at least and continue our way to the downside, or if we kind of invert this and start some kind of movement to the upside here. Yeah, not liking at all how price displays to the upside. Just check here. Well, this is maybe my last line of defense here. The order block. I would like it to hold price. It seems like price will continue its way to the upside here. I can't see any bearish reaction. Let's see what will happen here as we are testing this fair value gap here. I decided to give some more space here because I knew that we would eventually react here on this fair value gap. At this point, I really would like to see price roll down. I can't allow it to go once again to the upside. Let's see if we can get that rollover move. Right now, I would like to see this being inverted with some kind of displacement to the downside. Otherwise, if this acts as a support, then we will probably seek higher. We are once again testing the order block, the bearish one. But as you can see, we treated it as a bullish for value gap. We were not able to invert it. Let's see if we can come a little bit lower here. I really would like to see some type of lower displacement. Yeah, not liking how we supported at the order block. We will probably push higher here. Not liking it at all. Fair value gap is holding for now, but honestly not giving as much of a security here. Really would like to see price tumble down here, down below this order block, and right now it is supporting here. Touching once again the order block. I would like to see it close down below. Yeah, so far we are stuck in between this fair value gap, the bullish one, the bearish one, and the order block here. I really would like to see price roll down below the order block, but I don't think it will happen. Price is pushing it to the upside. Yeah, price will hit my stop loss once again here, and there's nothing I could have done better here, I think. So right now, the plan is to wait here. I will probably have to wait, because honestly I thought that we will go for another round to the downside, but price is taking too long here. We are approaching indeed the 1050 11 macro as well. We are inverting this fair value gap here as well. I guess we might go to the upside once again. Well, this will be my last try here. Price is displacing to the upside violently. It will probably support on the first presented fair value gap. and I will wait for it. So let's see. Maybe our first bias was correct. The first narrative that I implanted was probably correct. I don't know. Great displacement to the upside here. Yeah, this was a bad entry here. We were here when I just clicked the button. Let's see if we can hold the first presented fair value gap here. I believe we can. We still have midnight open support as well. First presented fair value gap, and price should shoot it to the upside here. This was not the best entry, I have to admit. I thought that we were probably here when I clicked the button, but when I clicked the order, the price was too high already. So let's see now. Low-hanging fruit should be here eventually on these highs. Our main support should be this fair value gap here with the first presented as well and with midnight open as well. We'll just push these a little bit more to the right. So these should act as a defense army here. And let me just check here. Yeah, I'm quite exposed. We will have to let it run it for a bit. We are approaching as well 1050 macro, so it might give us some boost, some momentum to the upside as well. I would not like to see this fair value gap act as resistance. Otherwise, price will come back and approach eventually my stop loss. So the first high is taken here. I would like to see something more. Yeah, I can see -4 standard deviation right here. We are at -2.5 standard deviation. So a retrace can be eventually expected. Otherwise, we will proceed with the upper move here. NQ took these highs as well. We still have these highs on NQ to take. So price is now retracing for at the first fair value gap. This is just like a double fair value gap. We still have 830 open as our defense helper as well. So far, the first reaction from the first fair value gap is not quite bad. It's not bad at all. But I would like to shoot to the upside, digging into the 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Yeah, price once again retracing back to my entry. 8:30 open just held, so that's a good sign. And we kind of reacted very well as soon as we touched 8:30 open. So what I would really like to see is a dig higher here and getting into the 15-minute bearish for value gap. It can do it slowly, I don't mind, but the quicker the better. NQ just did the same, so NQ still has some highs as well. These here, which has -4 standard deviation as confluence. If I take a fib on NQ, just let me grab the fib projection here. So yeah, if I take the fib projection on NQ, we are at -2 standard deviation. On ES, we are at -2.5. It's kind of confluent. We will see. Yeah, so far price is trying to get into that bearish 15-minute per value gap. It will probably take some time here. Almost reaching the midpoint. Another push to the upside would be great here, honestly, since we are reaching the 1050 macro, which is now, we initiated 1050 macro right now. So 1050 macro to 1110. As I said before, this is not my favorite macro. My favorite one is the 950 to 1010. But this might serve as well. So 10 a.m. Yeah, so far we are reaching the point where our loss is almost mitigated. Really would like to see price come to these lows here, to these highs here. Let me check NQ. As soon as NQ hits those highs, I will probably have to take out the majority of the position. We still have some room to go here on NQ as well. we are about 30 handles away. So eventually NQ will hit those highs first, then ES probably, because NQ can do a 30 handle moves quite quickly. Let's see if we get another push to the upside here. We are approaching the top of the 15-minute per belly gap, the bearish one as well. So at this point, I think I have to at least take some partials here. There we go. I will protect myself as well here. And now I will just let it run. My initial bias was bullish, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream. When we approached the bottom of the 15-minute per belly gap, I don't know why, but I turned bearish because NQ still had some room to go to the downside. This position here was profitable when it hit the end walk, but it retraced right away, not giving me any chance to take partials or eventually try to see what the market was going to do. So right now we are just mitigating my losses. I just have $44 to mitigate, but the majority is mitigated. So if we come down and take out my position, I'm fine with it. I don't mind. But honestly, I really would like to see price go to another stretch to the upside, make another stretch to the upside, because NQ did not take these highs here. ES didn't made it too, so let's see. Today it was a much aggressive play here. As soon as I saw price displacing to the upside, I knew that I had to be quick, because we inverted 8:30 midnight open, first presented for value gap with a one take only, and as soon as I saw that, I knew that price would probably not come back here and do another run eventually to buy side, which is what I'm expecting right now. But it was an aggressive play here. The open of the position, it was a market sell, so it was kind of bad here. I really would like to head it next to the first presented for value gap, but it came about 3 handles to the upside, which is bad. But honestly, this is what is serving me right now, so I can't complain. So NQ is making another run to the upside. Eventually, ES will follow. We still have some room to go here. And we are also approaching 11. So if price is able to reach those highs before 11, it would be great. Well, NQ just reached them, so I'm just waiting for ES to do the same. This is the 11 a.m. alarm, which tells me, okay, Miguel, it's time to end the stream. I will just be with you guys a little bit more because I have a running position. But yeah. We still have about 10 minutes of a macro hour. So let's see if price can reach to the -4 standard deviation. Keep going again with the camera. And this was kind of a it pushed to the upside. A nice push to the upside, honestly. And we are still pushing here. Note that we have another fair value gap here. It's a 1 hour fair value gap, but I don't think that we will respect it. There we go. Now things are more clear. We had the consolidation, the manipulation, the first expansion leg of the market maker buy model. Then we consolidate once again, and this was the liquidity purge, I think, the manipulation, and then we expand once again to the upside. So I think that we will end up expanding probably to these highs here. This should be a major target. At this point, I don't think I will hold my position for that target because it's kind of a stretch target, and we have some confluence here with -2 standard deviation being the midpoint of a bearish 1 hour fair value gap. So this could be a big resistance here. But yeah, I think that the high time frame, the target would be somewhere near these highs and the next end dog as well. Note that we are at event horizon here, No, there we go. I got stopped out. My profit was taken. Okay. Yeah, we managed to come out of drawdown. Kind of an aggressive approach, but it is what it is. Sometimes we have to take it. I guess for now, the major move is done. We might as well start to retrace a little bit to the downside, and then I would maintain my bias for eventually these highs right here. These are too clean, way too clean. So for those who are playing swing trading or some long-term positions, keep that in mind, because when we were here, somewhere here, I still believe that we were bullish. I don't know why. I guess I was looking for NQ, and I guess, okay, NQ still has some room to go, so I will eventually take advantage of this downside move. But it was not a good take, honestly. This one right here was not a good take, and I knew that as soon as we would touch the end wall, I said it, we probably would react, and not even 1 minute before I said it or after I said it, we just displaced to the upside, giving us no chances. So I think I made two mistakes today. The one here, the first one here, I guess the Judas swing was, I thought the Judas swing was done, but we left sell side 3 open lows, and I entered here expecting this bullish fair value gap to hold, but it didn't, and it didn't because we had some type of news right after it, and we still had these sell side reopen lows to take. And this was my first mistake, and the second one was here when I just took a retrace. This was the only part that I was right here, taking a retrace. Then price came back lower. It gave me about, I don't know, almost 1 hour. I didn't take any profits, and I was expecting eventually a retrace or some kind of reaction, but it went too quick, so I had no chance to do anything. Then I knew that this fair value gap would eventually be the main resistance here, so I gave a little bit more slack to my stop loss, admitting that price would come here, but rolling down, and it didn't. And as soon as I saw this displacement here, I knew, okay, my first bias was correct. I just let myself be fooled by this Judas swing. This was a big Judas swing. It was a Judas swing of about 30 minutes. So I let myself fool. But it is what it is. The most important thing is that we managed to come out of drawdown, and we managed to make something like a 0.5 R, which could be better, but it is what it is. We just have to accept it. And I'm talking here with no camera. I'm sorry about that, but honestly, I just forgot to reactivate it. Yeah, here we go again. So right now, I still think that we will drive higher. This was my main bias, driving higher, expanding to the second leg of distribution from this buy side curve here that is left. But yeah, I'm just I'm just kind of sad with me because I had the right idea, but got fooled here. I never thought that the digital string could be this long, and this long in size and in time. But yeah, I think I have to trust myself a little bit more, and eventually, when I have a plan, if the plan happens, good. If it doesn't, I mean, I should not take anything else other than my plan, right? Well, so far, price is digging higher and higher in a slower pace now. The the majority of the move was prior to 850, 1050, where price displaced to the upside. I'm glad I had my stop loss before that displacement. Otherwise, I could have be hidden by slippage, which I wouldn't like to. But honestly, let me just show you my first. Yeah, my first one was here. I had a stop loss about here, and I was thinking that okay, we will hit at least these highs. This was my main idea. It got stopped out right before after 4 or 5 minutes. And I eventually let the market play, and right at the bottom I decided to switch my bias, which was my main error here. But yeah, then as soon as I saw that we were respecting this bullish PD right here, and here as well, respecting the order block, well, I was saying to myself, okay, you're probably not right, Miguel, so you have to cut it or eventually invert it. One of my rules is not to have the reverse button here, so that way I will not reverse the position right away without thinking. So the other side of me said, okay, you should wait a bit more. If your stop loss gets triggered, there's no problem with that. You just have to admit it and try to do better next time. And yeah, that's what happened. I just let myself, I just let price trigger my stop loss, and then as soon as I saw this displacement, this was what I would like to see prior to this down move. As soon as I saw this displacement, I said to me, okay, my first narrative was the correct one, and I took the trade. It opened in a bad position as well, because I didn't market buy. Should have waited or put some kind of limit orders here. It would give me about more 2 or 3 handles. But anyways, what matters is that I just catch the move that I wanted to catch, which was this one right here. And that's it. So 3 main trades here today, a bit more aggressive. First one was a loser. Second one was also a loser. The first one was a loser, but the narrative and idea behind it was eventually correct. I just had to wait a bit more. And the third one and last one, which put me in a which put me back from drawdown. It was a good trade, and there we go. Price is continuing higher, just like I was expecting as well. Unfortunately, I had to close my position to mitigate the losses. That's one of the other rules that I have in place as well, because when you are in drawdown, you should mitigate your losses first, then for profits. And we just mitigated, so really nice move to the upside here, honestly. So yeah, for those who are watching, I will be here for about more 10 to 15 minutes. If you guys liked what you saw, and if you guys want to see a bit more daily, just give me a like, a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, well, I guess you will eventually gain from your subscription and me too, because that way the channel will grow, and probably and ultimately giving us a community where we can share some trading ideas and share some trading knowledge as well. So give me your thumbs up, your like, and if you're not subscribed, just subscribe. It is just a click. But yeah, I think that's the work for today. Could be way better, because honestly my main idea was on the right side, honestly, but price just gave us a bigger swing, the Judas swing, which I was not expecting, and I got fooled by myself. I got fooled by Judas, and yeah, that's what Judas makes sometimes. As soon as I realized that, okay, I'm inside of a Judas swing, and it will eventually show its hand, was right here when price was inverting this bearish order block. Here I started to realize that okay, this short idea was not perfect. Maybe this is the Judas swing, and eventually price will keep going higher and higher. Yeah, and seconds or minutes after that thinking process, I got stopped out, and as soon as I got stopped out, 1 minute after, price placed to the upside, and okay, I was really playing the Judas swing. So let me grab a piece of that pie that will be cooked, and yeah, we got some. Not the best, but we got some. And as I was expecting, this bullish fair value gap is not acting as this bearish fair value gap is not acting as a resistance just for now. I guess as soon as we hit the midpoint of it, we will probably face some kind of resistance because it has some confluence with the minus 2.5 standard deviation here. Well, for those who haven't seen where I picked my fib retrace, it was the last swing before the open from yesterday's price action. This bearish swing, which is a manipulation swing, is a false swing, is a Judas swing. This one right here, projected price to -2 standard deviation, which price hit on New York PM session. It retraced once again, consolidate, another manipulation here to the downside, and then back to the upside, where I expect -2.5 being one of the major resistances here, and probably a point in price where we can see a major retrace, probably. So let me just check. Yeah, it's making a 2 minute retrace right now. But yeah, I'm expecting continuation. This is the first leg of the expansion. Continuation, no, consolidation, manipulation, and there's a second expansion leg that is left here, with the main targets being around these highs and eventually everything that is here, which is too clean for me, which has some confluence with -4 standard deviation. So that's why my bias was bearish. My bias was bullish at the beginning of the stream, and I kind of was liking the fact that we opened low. As soon as we opened, we came down, but did a bearish first presented fair value gap, and we were able to invert it. And as soon as I saw this double fair value gap here, I said, okay, the expansion will start here. But my main error was that we had still 10 a.m. news, and I didn't wait for the news, just like I usually do. I kind of FOMO'd myself here, thinking that, okay, this is the first fair value gap that will initiate the expansion. But I was wrong here, and price did another run to the downside, taking sell side pre-open lows that I had here, honestly, but didn't pay much attention to it. And as soon as I saw that we cleared pre-open lows and we maintained our direction to the downside, as soon as we retraced to the upside here, I took a short and was in profit for, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes probably. And I told to myself, okay, I have to see what type of reaction do we get here as soon as we touch the end wall here, this shaded area. But as soon as I ended talking about that, price just started to rip higher, giving me no chance. And yeah, and then as soon as I saw this displacement, I told to myself, okay, yeah, we are bullish. Yeah, price now doing some harsher retrace because we are indeed approaching a sensitive area, which is minus 2.5. At this point, I will do nothing. I will just observe for a little bit more, and eventually, let me just check for how long do we are in stream already. Yeah, we are approaching 2 hours, so I will be with you guys here for more 10 minutes probably. I would like to know if you guys have some questions here. I would like to answer them if you have some. If you don't, just enjoy the show and just enjoy the trading session. I would like you to know that this is not any type of financial advice. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes. So don't take this too serious. Coping what I'm doing. This is not the intention of this channel. This is just for learning purposes, educational purposes, and in the meanwhile also some entertainment. That's what I'm looking for this channel. This is not financial advice where you should take these trades or do this or do that. Yeah, just something that I would like to grow, be able to share with you more knowledge and more concepts and more things, more trading ideas, more trading related things. The yen prices continue its way to the upside. Note how we just slow down right at the right below minus 2.5 standard deviation, which I said before that is a main resistance for the price. So for now, there is nothing much to say. Price is really reacting at the minus 2.5 standard deviation as expected, but it left some hints that it will probably continue. Here you have a double bottom with relative equal highs. It's a smooth, it's not a double bottom, it's a double top, with some smooth highs here. But honestly, this type of price action right now, it's past 11 already. It doesn't mean nothing to me right now. The main road that price traced is taken already. So the main objective, I would say, is done. We still have some room to go here on ES. As I said in the beginning of the stream, I believe that these highs right here, which are 1% away still, will be our main draw on liquidity for probably eventually even tomorrow. I don't believe that we will reach them today. I believe that we will eventually retrace in some kind of a high resistance liquidity run on the New York PM session, and we'll leave the other half of the expansion for tomorrow's action, probably Wednesday New York AM session. And this will eventually finish our weekly session for NFP protocol week. So for those who don't know, the NFP week, which is a week where you have NFP on a Friday, which is this week. On weeks like this, you want to end your trading your trading positions. You want them to end them at New York AM Wednesday. So if you want to take trades on Thursday or eventually Wednesday afternoon, you can do it as well, of course. But you have to have in mind that you will probably face low probability environments, seek and destroy environments, consolidation environments, because everybody is waiting for NFP on Friday. So it eventually can drag down the market to something tedious. But I've seen good days prior to NFP as well. So I think that you should at least observe it and see what type of market it will play. But always have in mind that it will probably play a low environment market or price action in this case. So we already passed a bit the mark of 2 hours on our stream. So on my stream, I would say, but and I think that I will end it here because there's nothing more or nothing else I would like to say. Price has not stopped. We will probably retrace a bit here. But yeah, keep in mind that we will have probably some higher targets for the rest of the week. If we can't take them before NFP, we will probably take them with NFP. So keep that in mind. I will probably leave my biases bullish for the rest of the week. It depends on where the market is in relation with the market make a buy model status. So I will probably and eventually be continuously bullish until we reach the last part of the buy side of the curve here. Because we have sell side of the curve here, we consolidate a bit, manipulate it down, and we start the buy side of the curve. Honestly, this is not the job that I would like to see here. Honestly, I would like to see Asia being here, London being a manipulation to the downside, taking Asia's low, and then eventually on New York AM, we would have some of a cleaner move to the upside without these ginormous, this ginormous swing move, Judas swing move that we had here. But it is what it is, and market cannot always be as clean as we wanted it to be. So well, I think I will end the stream here. I hope you had a great trading session as well. If you trade something, I hope it turned out green. If it turned out red, well, tomorrow is another day. You will catch another fish tomorrow, probably. If it's a break-even day, that's also good. You don't have to be sad about break-even days. I have a lot of them, so it just makes you better, honestly. It just makes you humble and makes you not FOMOing for the next trade. So have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow with another trading session. Okay? See you. Thank you.